Welcome everyone to Career Voyage Episode 2 Beyond the Strategies of Successful Startup. Today we have with us Mr. Priyank Jain, founder of YourSpace. Priyank, usually when we are talking about startups, we have a very common set of keywords that are associated with it. I would like you to tell us, or rather take us through your journey that talks beyond the usual words or norms that are associated with the word startup.
Thank you, Santi, for calling me here. I think this will be, I'm happy to exchange what I've learned over the years. So it's about the beyond the startup things. My journey has given me a lot of learnings. And I always say to a lot of founders who are starting it up or who is in the journey, if they wanted to build an impactful, a global company, or where the problem is immense and they wanted to get it solved, they have to be a subject matter expert. I still remember when I exited my first startup in 2018, me and my co-founder got this learning that whatever we're gonna do it, we have to be a subject matter expert of the domain. So we decided to that we're gonna do it for workplaces, and to be in the workplaces also we were very, very keen why we wanted to in workplaces, because as a human being we spend most of the time in office than the home. So we wanted to digitize this and bring the technology and empower those people so that people can work in their offices with a very focused way, and our technology can help them build. So beyond for helping for all these startup founders, I think the mantra is that you need to be subject matter expert of the domain. Get to the hands dirty before even starting it up. And if you understand the problem really well, you will gonna excel for sure. There is no stopping on it.
Okay. So Priyank, what I also understand in today's time, the younger generation, be it freshers or the students or young professionals who are entering into the professional field, we experience that there is a lot of stigma associated with the word sales and to some extent marketing as well. And that is kind of stopping them from going ahead in a lot of profiles that could be explored better, or maybe that can be performed better for them. Would you like to answer this kind of a question where you feel that this is a myth that needs to be busted, or do you feel there is certain amount of fact that yes, there is a stigma attached to the term sales?
And that's a great question. I've seen a lot of young professionals, students, when they come to interview, they are very, how should I say, they feel that sales will be very pushy. How will their marketing things will affect the customers? Young professionals have all rights to question because it's their career thing which they think. But in our company, we don't call them sales or marketing. We call them as a revenue team, because at the end of the day, every business is for revenues, right? And if you are choosing a sales and marketing team, you are in a revenue team, and which is the most important part of any organization. I feel it's a huge opportunity for them to excel, because that's the most important thing. Being a tech company from heart, still the most highest paying people are from the sales. So I think, yes, I've seen a lot of stigma has been there, but if there is a clarity, if they understand how the sales and marketing is really fun regularly, it's getting better and better. I'm seeing that.
Okay, so do you think that sales is a field that is required in most of the other profiles as well? Do you think that there is a requirement of blending sales and marketing in other profiles?
It's a different genres. I think for that they need to understand, first of all, young professionals have to understand their strength. Are they introvert or they're not introvert? And then if they understand what they are, they need to choose the wisely thing in the sales and marketing. If for the audience, if they really want to understand the differentiation in the sales and marketing, it's come if they understand the GTM, the growth, the growth market strategies which we do, how we target to the customers, how we reach to the customers. So marketing is generally been done to create a pull, where people know about your brand, where people know about what are the options are available, which creates the effect. Just like give you an example, if IPL is happening here and you are a marketing team, the buzz around before the IPL, which creates the longer shots and stuff, that is something which if people are interested in marketing, they should join that way. Coming to sales is the pool has been created, or if they are doing a GTM of outbound sales is primarily into either they're calling to people, either they're emailing to stuff. They are strangers, they don't know, they're calling for the first time. If you are a salesperson in that way, there is also stages that have been there in any sales role. So first you research about the customer. After the research, you contact them for a demo. Generally it happens. So these types of roles are called SDR. I represented a SaaS company, so I'm exploring and telling people that they can understand what SDR are. So it's like SDR, BDR, and AE. So SDR is like sales development representative who brings the meeting on, and then it's a BDR who closes the give the demos, make sure understanding that this is the customer, this is the exact customer they're looking forward, and also match your ICP. Every organization target the customers. It's not like any customers will come and will serve. It's the target audience is also there. So that's the role of the BDR. And then comes the AE, account executive, who close the accounts, who has more experience of handling the customers, who can understand how to bill, how to, So these are the 3 different roles which I am seeing, which is really, really hot. And I see in Bhopal, it's a very, very, amazing opportunities, because a lot of SaaS companies are running from Bhopal for the global world. And if they understand these roles, it's an amazing opportunities for these young professionals to flourish their career. So sales and marketing is different. They have to choose is what they like it, because if they like it, they do it day in day out, it will be fun. It's not a pressure anymore.
Okay, so going ahead, Priyank, if you can, considering we are talking about the field of sales and marketing, where students or young professionals can explore better opportunities, they can dive deep better than just typing out IT industry. So what are your top 3 qualities that young people should inculcate within themselves to do better in this field?
I think the first thing which should be communication. Communication is just not about how do you communicate, but also about working internal teams, because it's a team. I say it's like a sports. It's a team game. When you work in a team. So if you are working with SDR, BDR, and AI, it's a 3 people working together. So communication is a very key thing. Secondly, in the world of startups or in the new age world, you need to be very, very flexible. You need to have different boots. You need to play a different role. That is the second quality which I really see. Third is the learning and the research part. If students are not learning, or any young professional, even me, if we are not spending a 1 hour on ourselves today, I think we are not going ahead. We are just living the life. So learning, communication, and flexibility is something which I feel they should really focus on. And this does not happen on studies and stuff. This is practice. If they do it, they will really succeed.
And that also allows me to ask you another question to it. What is your take on the motivation factor for the students? Because I'm sure in this field, many of us experience failures from time to time. We might not achieve what we are targeting towards.
Correct.
How can the youngsters motivate themselves to be consistent? Because I think in today's generation of Gen Z, the attention span is very, very less.
Correct.
So what would you say, or what is your take on something like that?
I think, how should I answer this? This is a very, tricky question in a way. Mostly what I've seen, the motivation comes, how much ease they are working on in any of the projects, is the organization has a great culture and environment. That is the one thing which I am seeing students and professionals are looking forward. Secondly is, how much they're earning, how much their careers are getting set. That is really important. So I always say that sales and marketing is one of the key things, because the most highest paying job, and you can really make, because if a company is growing, you have to be part of that share. So that is number second. And third is job security. I think these three things I feel which gives them a motivation of working in any organization. And this is organization's role to keep these 3 points, definitely being a part of it. So we think this way. I think these are 3 points I feel will really help them.
Great. And that brings me to the end question that I would like to ask you. Is what is your take on professionalism, importance of professionalism amongst the youngsters?
Okay. I think professionalism for me is how do you meet or greet with people. That is very important. Either the communication can be form of the email, either it can be the phone, and also in the tougher questions, when somebody asks you a tough questions, how did you respond? That is one of the key things for me in professionalism. Secondly, also for these young professionals and students who are looking for an opportunity, they are very hesitant to ask to the founders or to the companies or to the HRs. So the way they communicate, that also comes in the professionalism, which tells them that how can I contribute in this. So that also is very important. So when I see and I need to finalize people, these are some of the key areas. When I check it, if I have to choose 2 out of 1, then professional is definitely one of the key things. So like for in a family, you see sanskars, right? So I feel professionalism is more towards like sanskars. If this is very important. So
do you feel a difference between the generation that, or maybe I could say, do you feel a difference between when you were entering into this professional world and what you were experiencing, and the generation today that you are hiring and they are working with you? Do you feel there is a difference in professionalism or how they communicate?
Yeah, they are little short-tempered, I've seen, but it's very case to case. It depends upon how their upbringings are. But I think I'll wanted to share that they have to be patient. If they keep the patience, that will help them out. Rest, I think, patient, and at the end of the day, everyone wants to be happy. Yeah. So if the happiness is the key, is the mantra for everyone. If they have that, then they can deal this.
So I think from this entire conversation, we can boil down to patience, perseverance, learning, constant learning.
Correct.
And openness to varieties and diversity of opportunities.
Correct.
That will make them do better.
Correct.
So thank you very much, Priyank, for being with us on this episode. We got to learn a lot about how youngsters and young professionals can do better, rather than just diving into the industry by typing out IT industry. You have better options, better roles to try your hands out, perform better. And if you have any questions, please let us know. Till then, we'll see you next.